What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 trader with 920 trading. Hey, do you remember when we were kids, we used to play this game? It was called red light, green light. What's red light? If you're old enough to remember this game, that's essentially where you had kind of a start line, you had a finish line, you had one person at the finish line, and then you had a whole bunch of kids at the start line. And the guy at the finish line saying, or the person at the finish line saying red light, green light. And every time they say green light, you could take a step forward and keep on walking, and then say red light, everybody had to stop. And then eventually, people would get, eliminated from the game for whatever reason. But the winner just kept on getting green light after green light after green light. So it was green light, stop, green light, stop, green light, stop, till eventually they were the winner. I don't remember all the specific rules to the game. It's only been about 50 years since I played that. But today, what I would like to talk about is it's green lights. It's all about green lights or confluence with what we are seeing in the market. So it's essentially this, folks. Every single setup is not a tradable setup depending on your specific trading plan. Number one, what is your plan? Number two, is it written down? Number three, how are you executing? Are you executing according to your trading plan? It always comes down to have a plan, have it written down, and execute according to your trading plan. If it's not written down, it's not a plan. That's the bottom line. But in trading, what we are trying to do, kind of like the game of the red light, green light, we are trying to stack up multiple green lights. In other words, confluence. We want to have several green lights. We don't just want to have one. We don't want to take random trades. And by random trades, I'm saying basically something that is outside of your normal trading plan. If it's not part of your trading plan, that is a random trade. Now, what does that mean for a 920 trader? Essentially, what that means is taking a trade that's kind of between a couple of different zones. If you are between zones, don't put on the trade. I mean, that's the bottom line. Now, the provision to that is, let's say we're running up and it's up $5, $6, $7, $8 on the day, and you get a small pullback and it's between a couple of different zones. At that point, consider putting on the trade. But generally speaking, wait for the pullback to get to your major zone. Now, this is a chart from Thursday. So Thursday, the 15th of May. So this was just a couple of days ago. You're seeing this video. Whenever you're seeing this video, this chart is from a couple of days ago. This is the first hour or so into the trading day. It just kind of bounced around between a couple of major levels. Were there plays between these? Absolutely, there were plays. What was the first best play in my estimation? Right in here, we got a fishtail play to the downside, 10.08. Why was this a good play? Well, because we had confluence. We were below that major level right here. Pre-market high, we're below the 9, we're below that major level. So where's your risk? Well, it's either the pre-market high or it's the 9. Now, next play, same type of thing. Now, you got a little fishtail play in here, but you're too long into the trade, in my opinion. Again, fishtail play back to the downside. We're stacking probabilities. The only thing that this trade did not have going for it is it's really, really close to the 20, and you're always looking for a rejection off the 20. Now, I am going to hide. These were lines that were all laid down on Thursday. There's nothing. I'm going to hide the lines here real quickly, and I'm going to show you what happened the rest of the day. Now, this is going to be really, really interesting what you see just from a confluence standpoint. Again, we are just trying to stack up the green lights. It's green light, green light, green light, green light. When you stack up the green lights, that's when you put on the trade, folks. And be patient. Generally speaking, and I'm speaking about the 920 crossover strategy, we get between 3 and 4 on average every single day, totally A+ setups. We're talking about major green lights. Now, what do you see? Again, we don't have any lines on the screen, so it's really, really clean. But at the same time, we're thinking, okay, are we at major levels? Yes or no? So we had this cross early down here at 1038. Right in here, we had a cross, and then a little pullback, and then a cross, and then another cross, and then another cross, bounced around. Then we came back down, found support, and another cross. Now, This is going to be really interesting. Let's see exactly what happens. Again, I didn't put any other lines on the chart, folks. This is just major levels. So we have pre-market high, we have pre-market low, we have yesterday's high, yesterday's low, 30-minute zones, plus we have some pivot points in there. Well, actually, there's one pivot point, and then you have a midline, you have a R1, R2, S1, support, resistance, that type of thing. Let me do this. Okay, now, what are you seeing now? Look at this. Look at all of these green lights. Every time we get across, we've got green lights. And I wasn't around for this. I was eating my lunch right in here. Early lunch on Thursday for some reason. But look at this. We have green light city. Now you're thinking, well, you're probably going to stop out here. Maybe. But it kept on going. And then the pullback. Look at your pullbacks. You got a pullback. Green lights. Why do we have green lights right here? Well, number one, we're above a couple of different levels. Again, you have support right here, and then this midline, you have support on the midline. Once you breach those levels, those are your green lights, and you're stacking them up. So let's count how many green lights we have on this particular trade. Okay, so we're above the 9, we're above the 20. There's 2 right there. It's an uptrending day. There's 3. We're obviously above the VWAP. We don't have to worry about the VWAP. And we're above this midline. At that point, folks, these are your green light. This is your green light candle right in here. You get a pullback, big deal. The beauty of stacking up the green lights is at each one of those green lights, there's a stop. There's a stop at this midline. There's a stop at the 9. There's a stop at the 20. There's a stop at this level down below at 580, 587.99. Let's call it 580 or 588. Those are your stops, guys. That's why we want to take those trades at the major levels and the major levels only. You can say, okay, I want a very, very conservative stop. So if I breach the 9 back to the downside, I'm taking myself out of the trade. Or if I breach the 20, or if I breach this level, this midline, if you're being very aggressive about it, you can say, okay, I'm going to let it pull back all the way to 587.99. Again, this was a 30-minute zone that we established the day before. Okay, the only thing that's magical about it is how it works, and it works every single day. So green lights right here, green lights right here, back to the upside. Green lights right here. Now, let's look at these trades back to the downside. Are you playing this? Well, maybe you can play this level right in here. Maybe you're feeling particularly lucky and you're thinking, hey, you know what, I'll take a quick scalp. Fine. Take a quick scalp. But from a long-term trade, minutes, 20, 30 minutes, you're not going to take this with the assumption that it's going to go. You're looking for your major levels to pull back to. So we pull back to this major level, the next major level down, and then yesterday's high. But then look what happened. More green lights. Again, you're starting to breach to the upside. And I know what you're thinking right in here. Well, why wouldn't you take this trade? Well, if you did, number one, you're not at a major level. Let it pull back to your major level. If you miss the trade, you miss the trade. Because remember, folks, we are trying to stack up green lights. What do we have right here? What do we have on this? It's a fishtail play. It's a fishtail play right here at 1407. But what you don't have, again, you're not. What are your green lights? It's an uptrending day, and you're inside the fishtail. That's it. That's it. You're not at a major level. You're not above the 20. Your 9 is pointing down. Your 20 is pointing down. It's fine if your 20 is pointing down, but you want that curl on the 9. And again, you want it at that major level. So again, not a green light, but you're starting to get your green lights again right in here. So it push up, and then it kind of bounced around into close, and then it kind of got ugly. You're not seeing necessarily any green lights in here. There's no green light in here. There's not. Well, actually, there is. You can call a green light right in here. Is it going to be a winning trade? No. But the beauty of what we do is that we don't always have to have a winning trade. I'm not going to say we don't always have to be right, because if our edge presents itself, put on the trade. Just put on the trade. Winning trades, losing trade, doesn't matter. Over time, your probabilities will play out. Again, do we have green lights here? I mean, you might argue that you got a couple of green lights right here. Again, you bounced a little bit lower down into this midline. Then you got into the fishtail here. You can argue that, pretty late in the day. But again, it's kind of ugly. It's getting ugly price action at this point. If you play this, maybe you make money, maybe you don't. I have no earthly idea. We have the ability to look backwards and go, that would have been a good play, or that would have been a good play, or that would have been a good play. Folks, the best we can do when we trade this real time is to stack our probabilities. And that means to not take random trades. And again, what are random trades? Random trades is taking any trade. And again, this is based on your plan. A random trade is taking something that is outside of your trading plan. That's what it is. It's for me, it's taking a trade between major levels. Why would you ever want to do that? Trading is really, really hard. So why would you want to? There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to do that. If a trade takes off from a major level or from a minor level, from a random level, and you miss it, don't chase the trade. We're not dogs. Seriously, dogs eventually get run over. Okay, dogs that chase cars get run over. Don't do that. Don't do that. You missed the trade. Okay, wait. It doesn't matter. Anyway, folks, that's kind of the thing on the major levels and looking for all the green lights or confluence. That's all we're talking about, folks. Never, don't take random trades. Wait for the green lights. Now, you guys know the rest. If you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content. Also, leave us a comment. We always appreciate the comments. Always appreciate the comments. One thing that I might add, folks, there are certain days, there were a couple of days this week where you don't get those A+ setups. It happens. It happens, folks. I think it was maybe Tuesday and Wednesday of the last week where we really didn't have good setups around major levels, and that's okay. On average, you're going to get 3 to 4 A+ setups every single day. Some days it's going to be more, some days it's going to be less. Hence the term average. Anyway, your edge presents itself. Put on the trade, and then just get a little bit better every day. If you can see it a little bit better, that's good. Once you see it a little bit better, it'll give you the confidence to execute. And again, just get a little bit better. And again, folks, you guys know the thing. Like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. If you're interested in that live daily trading, you guys know what to do. Head on over to our live trading Discord. What's it called? Well, you already know what it's called. It's called 920 Trading. I mean, that's it, folks. This is where every single day, live daily trading, every single day, we go over all of these setups all day long, folks. All day long, we are talking about a couple of different things. Number one, we're talking about setups, and we are talking about the psychology of trading. Both of those things all day long, Monday through Friday. So if you're interested, why wouldn't you be? Head on over to our live trading Discord. It's called 920 Trading. The only thing you have to risk is a little bit of your time. That's all it's going to cost you, folks. The first week is free. And really, I mean, why wouldn't you at least want to give it a shot? Anyway, now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, the entire strategy is there at no cost to you for the entire world to see. At no cost to you. That's right, 920trading.com. It's right there, folks. The entire strategy is soup to nuts. So you can combine this strategy with all of the YouTube videos. You get everything. Everything, folks. 100% of everything at no cost to you. Now, if you want that live daily trading, we're adding that other element to it. You guys know what to do also. It's our Discord server. It's called 920 Trading. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. I hope everybody had a good trading week. I hope you're preparing for next week also, folks. So, again, thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, be well, and we will see you in the markets.